It's now time for the Reverb Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April the 12th of the year 2024 when the Nashville Predators were in Chicago to close out the regular season series against the Blackhawks. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way, and after clinching their playoff spot in the previous game, a little bit of a change. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Evangelista, Zucker, Sissons, and Jankowski, Beauvillier, Novak, and Glass, Smith, McCarron, and Sherwood. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Favreau, Luzon and Carrier, Sassny and Shen. Kevin Lankinen gets the start in net on the first night of back-to-backs. We are 30 seconds into the game, and it is Soderblom coming with a save on Michael McCarron. It's the first shot on goal of the game. We go to 3 minutes into the period now. Soderblom comes up with a save on O'Reilly at the 4:06 mark of the first period. It's Lankinen coming up with a save on Jones. That's his first save of the game. 5:25 into the first period. Our first penalty of the game, special team scenario, as Athanasiou is off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, putting the Nashville Predators on the power play, and would take Philip Forsberg very little time to score his 44th goal of the season. It was a bar down shot from very far out high in the zone, making it 1-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. The significance of this goal, beyond being a power play goal to give the Predators a 1-0 lead, it is now the all-time franchise single-season leaders in goals with 44. 7:24 of the first period. Now, Soderblom comes up with a save on Sherwood at the 8:55 mark of the first period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Luke Evangelista at 9:10 of the first period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Shen at the 11:15 mark now of the first period, just past the halfway point in the period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Slaggert backhand at the 12:33 mark. Lankinen comes up with a save on Foligno, and at 13:36, Lankinen comes up with another save on Blackwell. The Blackhawks' best pressure of the period and the game to this point comes over this 2-minute sequence. At the 15:11 mark of the first period, Favreau's off the box, 2 minutes for roughing, but the Predators would not give up a single shot on goal. As a matter of fact, it would be an outstanding penalty kill and would kind of take the momentum back away from the Chicago Blackhawks. The 18:12 mark of the first period, it's Soderblom coming with a save on Beauvillier, and at 19:03 of the first period, it is Sherwood with his 10th goal of the season. It's the rebound gem as he pulled the puck loose, kicked it skate to blade, and then put it into the back of the net. His 10th goal of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 2-0 lead here in the first period. And again, Sherwood hard on the jam, getting the Predators a 2-goal lead. We hit the end of the first period. The Predators are out shooting the Blackhawks 12-6 and leading the game 2-0. We go into the second period and onto the clean sheet. We find at 21 seconds of the second period is our first action, where Soderblom coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg at the 33-second mark of the second period. It's Captain Roman Josi off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Lankinen comes up with a save on Johnson, and then Lankinen comes up with a save on Connor Bedard. Nashville Predators penalty kill is able to hold. At the 3:13 mark of the second period, it's Soderblom coming up with a save on Jeremy Lauzon, and then we move to 5:22 of the second period when Philip Forsberg scores yet again in this game, his 45th of the season. It was a bizarre goal for Philip Forsberg. It was a pinball puck that ultimately just kind of found its way to the blade of Philip Forsberg in a really good shooting and scoring position, and he cashes in from short range for his 45th goal now of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 3-0 lead on the road, and the Predators are taking over this game. We now move to the 7:28 mark of the second period, and it's Lankinen coming up with a save on Reichel. 8:29 of the second period, it's Bedard off to the box, 2 minutes for hooking, and this is where Zucker is going to go to work. The Nashville Predators are going to convert on another power play. Zucker's 14th goal of the season gives the Predators a 4-0 lead. Let's take you through how it happened, though. Zucker receives the pass from Josi, builds the wall along the wall, and then cuts towards the net, makes a strong move and an even stronger finish right here. Zucker's 14th also gets Lankinen an assist, as Kevin Lankinen simply handed the puck off to Roman Josi behind his own net, and that's exactly what you want to do. Just give the puck to Roman Josi and let him go do the work. Josi takes the puck from Lankinen behind the net, skates it out to the neutral zone, makes the pass to Zucker just outside the blue line. Zucker takes it to the net, builds the wall, puts the puck in. So from the back of the Preds net to the back of the net for the Predators scoring. The Predators now lead 4-0. Lankinen, Josi, Zucker. Impressive stuff right there by the Nashville Predators on the power play. crossing over the middle point in this game. We're back to 10-17 now in the second period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Johnson at 11:36 of the second period. Soderblom comes up with a save on Luzon, 13:42. It's Soderblom again coming up with a save on the captain Roman Josi, 15:11. This time Soderblom gets the best of Zucker. And at 15:24, we find Tommy Novak off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. And Colton Sissons is then going to pick up a penalty, 2 minutes for hooking. Not immediately, but pretty damn close to the beginning. That's going to lead to a lengthy 5-on-3 opportunity of 1 minute and 31 seconds for the Chicago Blackhawks. Now immediately off of the puck drop, Jones from long distance hits the post and rings the iron on this one. Then Lankinen comes up with a save on Bedard. Blackhawks get some good control, some good puck movement, and Kurashev finishes the play of the one-time bomb from the right circle. It was an absolutely blistering one-timer. His 18th of the season ends the shutout hopes for Kevin Lankinen and gets Chicago on the board. Preds still lead 4-1. Predators still have some work to do on the penalty kill, able to escape that situation. We find ourselves now at 18:38 of the second. Soderblom comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg at 19:44. Lankinen comes up with a save on Johnson with the glove. Johnson didn't get all of it, but it was still an impressive save by Lankinen here as we close out the period. The Nashville Preds out shooting the Chicago Blackhawks 27-19 after 2 periods. We flip over to the backside of the sheet and we start the third period, and we find our first action 26 seconds in, and it's Vlasic, who's off to the box, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. He appears to have said the magic words after the whistle there. Forsberg on this power play capitalizing for the hat trick. His 46th goal of the season, his third of this game, and it was O'Reilly's feed with the backdoor finish is how the play went down. This gives the Preds a 5-1 lead, and again, for Philip Forsberg now extending that franchise scoring record for a single season. And realistically, with 2 games to go, Philip Forsberg is now in striking distance of 50 goals on the season, 46th of the season here at 4:16 of the third period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg, who obviously knows 50 is out there, and he's lurking at the 6:08 mark of the third period. Lankinen coming up with a save on Reichel's breakaway. Lankinen had to be strong at times in this game. 2 different breakaways he was able to stop, and this one was impressive by Kevin Lankinen. 6:47, Lankinen back to work, this time with a save on Anderson. 7:27 of the third period. It's Soderblom coming with a save on Smith at the 9:04 mark of the third period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Luke Evangelista. We cross over to the second half of the third period. In the final half of this period, Soderblom at 11:11 comes up with a save on Beauvillier. Did you make a wish? I did. At 12:38, Soderblom comes up with a save. You know, you go to make a joke and you screw up the time. How about that? 12:38 now of the third period. Soderblom comes up with a save on the captain Roman Josi at 16:12 of the third period. Soderblom comes up with a save on Sherwood, just to show you the Predators are continuing jamming away here in the third period, even with a 5-1 lead. At 17:21, Lankinen does have to come out with a save on Anderson, plus the follow-up by Dickinson. Good scoring chances by Chicago, better save sequence by Lankinen. 18:04, Lankinen, one more big save on Johnson, and then at 19:03 of the third period, it is Luzon still chasing that hits record, looking to bury someone into the boards. He gets a boarding call here at the very end of the game. Foligno steps in, tries to engage him in fight, ends up with 2 minutes for roughing. So we end up with a 4-on-4 scenario to wrap up the last minute of play in this game, and honestly, nothing much happens right here. The Predators close this game out by defeating the Chicago Blackhawks 5-1, and the Predators, another game where they put up a massive shot volume, this time out shooting their opponent 40 even to 26. So the Predators had 12 shots on goal in the first period. They were at 27 by the end of the second period, and they end up with 40 by the end of this game, scoring 5 times on those 40 shots on goal. So again, for the Nashville Predators, first night of back-to-backs, they're able to get control of the score somewhat early, and if it wasn't for a lengthy 5-on-3 scenario, Lankinen probably has a pretty good shot at the shutout in this game, but winning 5-1 is just fine for Lankinen and the rest of the Nashville Predators team as well. Philip Forsberg obviously breaks the franchise record, gets the hat trick in this one. Funny moment in the game on the broadcast with the gentleman trying to throw the hat over the glass. Don't worry, that will be famous in a good way. That went viral in a positive way, as opposed to the way the internet that usually works. So the Predators, they secure this thing out. They sweep the regular season series against Chicago Blackhawks, and they put themselves in a better position to secure that number one wildcard spot. We've got so much more coming up on this game. It was the first night of back-to-back, so we've got to get right into the next one. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get to some analysis. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Coming up next, analysis, box score, and so much more right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.